So welcome everybody. Hey. Welcome to the reading with Michelle Schaffer, The Residual Life, which is how to build a network marketing empire. And I'm here today, which is we're in the 5th week, I think, or 6th week of our reading. We're on chapter 4. And I just want to tell you that, it makes it more real, I think. It makes a book come alive when you actually have others reading with you. And everybody's busy, and Sunday nights, is the time when everybody's having family time. But people are starting to wind down from their day, and sometimes people are jumping into Facebook just to whatever, get curious about what's happening. So I'd love to have you jump in here 6 o'clock Eastern time until we're done with the book. The Zoom link is in the featured section of the group, and all you have to do is click on it and join me so that you can be here. We can see each other. It's so much more fun to be able to share content with each other because it sparks our creativity, it sparks our imagination, and we can ask questions. Maybe there's a paragraph or a sentence I read and you just don't quite understand what that means or what the content is about, and we can take care of that. And it's okay to ask questions. We don't know everything. I don't know everything. And I'm so happy to be able to read this book because it's helping me to have more clarity on the network marketing industry as a whole, because each company in network marketing operate differently. They don't operate the same, but the way that a entrepreneur should treat their prospects should be global. It should be with kindness, goodness, respect, graciousness, not spammy, letting people know that you really care about the prospect, what they struggle with, and that you're so happy to be able to serve them with your solution, whatever it may be. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. And if you don't mind, I'm going to peek over here every once in a while just to see if anybody comes in where I have somebody commenting. And see if anybody's here with us today, waving at us. Oh, oh, oh. Rosanna is here watching us. Wow, that's awesome. So happy to have you here, girl. Love you, girl. So anyway, we're on chapter 4 of the book, The Residual Life, How to Build a Network Marketing Empire. And the chapter is Raising Your Influence. Now, the things I'm discovering in this book is you can use a lot of this information across all industries. Doesn't matter if you're a coach, or if you're a trainer, or whatever you do in life, you can use some of these tools in your life, regardless of who you are. So, raising your influence. Example is not the main thing in influencing others, it's the only thing. So, Ozena, if you go to the featured section of the group here and click on the Zoom link, you can actually come into the room here and join me if you want. But if not, I'll continue on with the readings. If you got a question, drop it in the chat over there and I'll try to see if I can answer it for you. If not, before I close out the video, I'll take another look and see if there's any questions that need to be answered. Raising your influence. Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It's the only thing. This is a statement by Albert Schweitzer. Influence. The capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something. When I am given the gift of a new business partner who has a large circle of influence, I throw a party. I do a happy dance around the house. I do this because I know how many lives I will be impacting as a result. And I just brought on a new client this week, Tuesday, and I did a happy dance on Tuesday. I've got a new client jumping into my my Jumpstart 5-week program, and I did a happy dance for 2 days because I'm so excited that I get to help someone else become a better entrepreneur than they are right now because they need my help. So I know how she feels. A person of influence is usually someone who has a reputation for being successful and is very credible in his or her field of expertise. They have become known for their skills, personality, their following, or just because people flat out like him or her. I talked about this in the earlier chapter, calling these types of people influencers. We live in a time where people aspire to be an influence on social media. Becoming an influencer is one of the commonly desired jobs of the millennials and the Gen Zs. It is not a new concept, but we are so hyper aware of it because we are mega involved with social media in our everyday lives, and because there are a lot of people making tons of money as influencers. The fact is, there are people online right now who are influencing the buying habits of millions of people by using and reviewing products and sharing their journey publicly. We've got Philip here. Hey, Philip, good to have you here. So happy to have you guys here. Woohoo, I'm excited. I got some people over in the Facebook group joining me. So I will continue on again. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. If you want to join me and you're in the Facebook group, go to the featured section and you'll see the Zoom link for you to click on, and you can get over here and hang out with me live. Page 52. In network marketing, your level of influence will directly affect the level of success you have in your business. It could be that you only have influence with a few people. These few people will listen to your words and advice, and they will follow it without hesitation. Or you have a larger sphere of influence. Perhaps you can influence 40 or 400 people with just a simple post on social media. When you put your stamp on something, people take that as a reliable and credible opinion, and they feel safe and excited to follow your lead. This is influence. If you have zero influence or zero people that would follow you, then it is time to reevaluate where you are at with some or all of the choices that you have made up until now. Start reading books on personal growth and development so that you can start creating new habits that can change the direction of your life. When your direction changes for the better, people notice. That could be the beginning of you becoming an influencer to more people. So I'm going to ask, do we have any influencers here? Drop in the chat, yes, I'm an influencer if you are. Not sure if you're an influencer? Well, maybe we will learn a little bit more about what does being an influencer really mean other than what she's already told us. This is a subject I am particularly passionate about. I consider myself a faith influencer. I am very passionate about my love for Jesus and how following him has impacted every area of my life. I even built a company around the passion, Girl Power Alliance. I feel called to use any influence I have to direct people to Jesus, especially in business. And years ago, I knew God was calling me to use my influence and that he had taught me about leadership, not only to build my network marketing business, but also to help people grow their faith and uplevel their leadership, specifically biblical leadership. This is the heart behind the Radiant Leadership Academy. It is a 16-week certification course designed to help you uplevel every area of your life. And when you make the decision to dig deep and allow God to lead in your life, every part of your life will transform. I call this inside out leadership training. This plays a huge role in growing your influence. And I must say, yes, I do intend to take the Radiant Leadership course probably next year because it's closed for right now. They won't open it up again till next year. But I desire to also be a faith leader and let people be aware that I am not in business alone, that I have the greatest CEO that ever was created in my business, our Lord Jesus. When people get started in their network marketing business, their first level of success will be because of their influence alone. With a background as an expert in the field of beauty, my level of influence was high when I jumped into this profession and started promoting a line of skincare and cosmetics. People knew that I was an expert in that field, and if I said that a product was great and that I used it exclusively and recommended it to them, they were eager to try it, sight unseen. My credibility was high because people knew my background as a stylist and makeup artist. I was a discerning consumer and very particular about what I used, so if I liked it, the consensus with people who knew me was that it must be good. However, unique to this profession and a handful of others, no matter what profession you have come from, no matter where you have built your credibility, that influence can still and will transfer over to help you build your network marketing business. In the example above, my transition seemed easier because I was involved in the beauty business and then signed up in a company that specialized in beauty. But network marketing breaks the rules. The only thing it asks of you is influence. No matter how or where it was grown, a successful, incredible person can walk into the profession, leverage their influence from any previous profession, and immediately have the same level of success. Partnering with influencers is an exciting way to build your business. Many times, people of influence know other people of influence. I have seen people's business explode with activity when this happens. So I've got Ritzel here. Hey, Ritzel, good to see ya. Woohoo! Your current level of influence will determine the amount of success you will have when you get started. The number of personal enrollments you have in the first 90 days can launch your business into action that will catapult your success no matter where you start. There comes a point in time in everyone's business where you will need to grow influence even bigger and develop new skills in order to grow your business to the next level. I have signed up some very influential people over the years. They were leaders in their profession and had extensive spheres of influence. Each of them had immediate success and was able to enroll a greater number of people in the industry average. Your current level of influence will determine the amount of success you will have when you get started. Their success was encouraging, and I was excited for them, and then it happened. The time came when their journey were in order for them to continue enrolling people into their business, they needed to grow and develop more skills. They had leveraged their influence as far as it could go at its current level. What had come to so easily to them before now seemed much harder. Sadly for some, this is where their network marketing journey ends. When faced with the fact that change in some form needs to occur, so many choose the path of least resistance. And I am disappointed to say that I have lost a number of influential people to their lack of willingness to change or grow. It is right here in the growth phase where you will learn to develop the skills it takes to grow a significant and lasting network marketing business. And those words, they strike my heart because not just a network marketer has to continually work on self, but me as a coach, I have to continually work on my skill level and my mindset so that I can progress up those levels. Doesn't matter what you sell, if it's services, consulting, even affiliate marketers, you have to be willing to do the internal work to help yourself become a higher influencer to the people that you speak to. My audience is changing because of my choices, because of where I'm at in my business, and because of the activities that I do. My influence is going deeper and deeper into the marketplace. For those who start their journey with little to no influence, this type of personal growth must happen right away, or they will have little chance of success. I almost think these people, the ones with little influence but a lot of grit, have a bit of advantage. They didn't have the luxury of fast success, and they had to begin the process of growing their skills and influence immediately. Influencers can hide behind the mask of rapid success, and because of that, they don't always need to develop skills early on. When that day comes, instead of seeing the need and the ultimate benefits of growth, they decide network marketing is no longer working. It couldn't possibly be because they needed to change anything about themselves or what they needed to grow. It must be that this profession just doesn't work. Well, you know what I have to say about that? If you don't do the work, you can't reap the rewards. You have to do the work. You can't just sign on the dotted line, buy the product, and sit and wait for the door to open for someone to say, I want what you have to offer. You have to be communicating, especially with using social media. Social media has made it, to me, easier to connect with strangers than ever before because we no longer have to have those in home meetings. I'm not saying we don't need them because people like to be invited and find new experiences and create new relationships. But with the online space, we can have a relationship with someone in New Zealand, in Austria, in Hawaii, in another country that's way around the other side of the world without leaving our home. And so I think these times are really the prime time to be in a network marketing company or be starting an online business to be successful. No matter what category you fall into, there will come a day when your influence alone is not enough to keep your business growing. You will need to expand both your skills and your influence. How exactly do you accomplish that? Next, I will show you a few ways to do just that and pick up some incredible skills along the way. Here is the question you need to ask yourself. Let's see, Ritzel's got a question here. One most consistently one must consistently show up to develop a greater scope of influence in their own area of expertise. Exactly, Ritzel. And because you do that, your audience sees the influence that you are making to the people that you serve, and they recognize that. And then you become I mean, just, a prize. You become a piece of the gold because now people are going to reach out to you and ask you for help, ask you to serve, and invite you to do interview. I know you're doing interviews. If you get invited on an interview with someone, that means who invited you thinks you're an influencer and they want to connect with you. And it is an honor to receive an invite to do an interview with you, just as it's an honor for you to invite someone else to be on an interview with you. So, who am I right now, and who do I need to become? Most of this is a matter of your character. Since this profession is made up of a volunteer army, leadership is much different here than in the traditional business and job world. Boss, boss/employee tactics will not work to grow a team. Before I get into some of this, remember what I said at the beginning of the book. If you allow it to, this profession will help you to become the absolute best version of yourself. It will place a mirror right in front of you, exposing who you are and what needs to change and or shift in order to keep growing. This business will expose your blind spots. What would others say about you? Are you an optimist or a pessimist? Does your energy bring people up or down? This one is big for me. I love to surround myself with positive people. I can only spend limited amounts of time with people who always see the worst in life. Part of being a leader and raising your level of influence with others is how others feel as a result of being around you. You will not be able to influence others if they feel like crap after talking to you. Do you gossip about others? Or do you always point out people's faults? Do you complain a lot? Are you the person who sees the good in everything? Do you encourage others? Do you try to help point out the positives in any situation, or do you point out the negatives? The thing about energy, either good or bad, is that it is all contagious. And I have a quick comment here on that. Sometimes we speak negatively and don't even recognize that's what we're doing. Sometimes we project negative attitude when that's not really our intention. It's just we aren't paying attention to what we are doing and saying and how we affect others. But if someone comes to you and says, when you say something negative, well, have you looked at the good side of it lately? Then maybe that's the time for you to focus on paying attention to what you're doing and making purpose action steps to look at the positive side of life. Look at the positive side of everything in the world, because where there's a negative, there is a positive. And the more we focus on the negative, the bigger the negative becomes. So why not smash the negative by always looking for the positive? You are always either affecting people or infecting people. This is a great place to start when working on raising your level of influence. Awareness is key. Take note of how often you think or speak negatively to yourself or others. The Bible says we have the authority to take each thought captive. This tells me that no matter how much we are told that we are born with a specific tendency, we can change the way we look at the world and become beacons of positive energy and growth. Marvin Ashton says, leave people better than you found them. What an incredible mantra for life. No matter where you go or what you do, make sure you leave those in your path better than you found them. How do you do that? Speak life into others, just as a small word of encouragement can set off a chain reaction of goodness in people's lives. Random acts of kindness, no matter how small, can leave a massive impact on others. You need to become the person that other people are excited to be around, and just being in your presence makes them feel great. Never speak ill of others. Call out the gold in others instead of noticing the dirt. Do your best to seek out the lessons in loss and trials. Cast a vision for others for a better future. Be a great listener and be authentic. Tip: when you become a person that makes others feel better just by being in your presence, your level of influence will grow exponentially. Write that one down, guys. Hang it up on your mirror. Post it on your refrigerator. Look at it every day and take intensive action on choosing to be that positive influencer. Are you a person of your word? Do you make plans and then cancel, or just say yes just to not argue with them and then don't show up? Are you late all the time? Good question, huh? Are you hard to get in touch with? These are important things to look at. If you're going to influence others, they need to be able to trust what you say. People need to be able to believe that if you say you'll do something, you will actually do it. You are either building a relationship of trust or you're building one of doubt. Leaders and influencers alike are people that others can count on and trust. Trust is built one interaction at a time. If you said you'd call someone on a certain day or at a specific time, you'd better be sure to do that. If you have a meeting set up, be early and be prepared. Whether you want to admit it or not, every interaction you have with others is telling them a lot about who you are. People trust someone who walks their talk. If you are promoting a healthy lifestyle, yet you're not healthy or you're not pursuing health, people will have a rough time trusting that you say what you say regarding health. People cannot trust someone who is flaky and unreliable, no matter how much they like you. If you are not proving to them that you are worthy of their trust, you will have a tough time influencing them. You are leaving them a lot of room for doubt. And just like the U.S. justice system, we cannot have more than a reasonable doubt when it comes to trust. You may yourself be a trusting person because of past experiences, but if your actions in life match your words, you are helping others to feel safe and confident with you. Be someone who is consistent. Become someone who is so consistent, it's annoying. Interesting. For the last 9 years of our lives, Bobby and I have been dedicated to our fitness and health in a big way. We work 4 to 6 days a week. We have not missed even when we've been on vacation. It has become a major part of our lives. A few months ago, I was on a call with my mom and she asked me, "What are you doing right now?" I said, "I'm at the gym." She replied, "Geez, you are so consistent. It's annoying." I was very excited to hear that. Yes, I am. I am consistent in most areas of my life. I show up at the gym, continue to pursue incredible health, read a lot, show up on calls, attend events, answer my phone, respond to texts, answer emails, and keep doing that day after day, year after year. I am so consistent. I annoy myself sometimes. Be your word. Tip: a person who exemplifies consistency in all areas of your life, this one trait alone will yield massive results and rewards. What is your current level of financial stability? Have you jumped from job to job? Have you started a handful of different careers but never stuck with them long enough to have any significant success? Are you always broke? Are you a good steward with what you do have, whether it is a little or a lot? These things tell a story to others about your ability to influence them with financial decisions. As a network marketing influencer, that is exactly what we're trying to do: influence their financial decisions. And if you're always broke and struggling, you will have a low level of influence. I suggest you begin the work to right that financial imbalance as quickly as possible while you're building a business. In order to do that, you will need to make some changes, such as lowering your debt to income ratio as quickly as you can. Get rid of any unnecessary spending. Learn to live on a budget and take excellent care of the things that you have. Living below your means paints a picture of conscious respect for money instead of barely making ends meet with your current income. If you're jumping from job to job or opportunity to opportunity, you will have to work a little harder and longer in order for people to feel your advice in this area to be credible. Don't fret over this. Just realize the reality of this decision you have made up to this point in your life. You have been showing people one thing, and now you need to show them something different. Become the poster child for loyalty, consistency, and perseverance. Over time, people will see something new in you, and your ability to influence them will prevail. So, are you still with me? Are you still with me, guys? Go ahead and put something down there in that chat box saying, "Still here. Yeah, I love this. Okay. Well, maybe this finger's being pointed at you. Maybe not. But I can also tell you that one of the reasons that many entrepreneurs jump from opportunity to opportunity is because maybe the person that approached them about the opportunity said, "You got to get in on this opportunity. It's incredible. You're going to make money fast. It's easy." And you get in the opportunity, and then you don't know what to do. You're not being guided, you're not being directed. Or you are, and you discover, "Man, this is not easy. This is a lot of work." So you leave. So you go to the next company thinking it's going to get easier. Doesn't matter what company you're in, you have to be taking action, consistent action, and doing the work to reap the rewards. So, if you are just someone who just wants to make money fast, then maybe network marketing is not the business for you because it is a lot of work. Once you get it going and get the automation flowing, it can be easier and you may have more free time than you ever thought you would have. But when you first start in a business, you're not going to have a lot of free time. Resign yourself to that idea, accept it, and be committed. Have you changed careers over and over, struggling to find your perfect fit? There's nothing wrong with that. Just be aware that people know that about you. In order for them to feel safe in following your lead, they need to feel comfortable that you will stick it out for once. People want to sign up with and work with leaders they think will withstand the test of time. Even if you have not had success or been a person who has made a lot of money, that doesn't mean you cannot become one. Your life is a living example of others to see. Start today and begin to make the changes. Dave Ramsey has some incredible programs that will teach you about money and how to manage it best. Stay the course. It will take time for you to change your personal situation and become someone that others will look up to. Become a person with the lifestyle they want to emulate. Know many people who earn a six-figure income annually, and yet they're always broke. I had a friend who built a large network marketing income. She and her husband were earning $50,000 a month. That company only paid once a month. You may be shocked to know that they were counting down the days until their commissions were paid every month. They spent every last dollar of that 50,000 a month income month after month. Does that sound familiar? Even working for someone else, living paycheck to paycheck, realizing you've overspent your budget. Now you have to wait and you're going to have to make your car payment late because you missed it, because you overspent. It happens, guys. But if you're in that situation, you have to decide for you to take control over your income and not let your income control you. Learning to manage your finances now will go a long way as you build your residual life. Before long, your ability to not only influence others, but to actually advise them on building wealth will continue to grow. Would others say that you are confident or insecure? Confidence goes a long way when it comes to influencing others. I cannot think of one person that feels good about following someone who is unsure. Certainty is a big part of building trust in others. I will never forget the day after I signed up for my first network marketing company. A coworker friend and I had not only talked about the girl who would become my enroller and her repeated attempts to enroll me in her business, but we laughed about it. I knew I was going to be under the same scrutiny and criticism from my friend as soon as I announced that I had drank from the proverbial Kool-Aid. On that day, I came into the salon with a secret, and it gave me a spring in my step. I was excited about my future, and I had a plan. My friend and coworker knew me, and she could tell something was up. She asked me, "What's going on?" I insisted it was nothing, but she could tell I was holding something back. She knew I was excited about something. I'll take a drink here, check my notes. Thank you guys for showing up live. I really appreciate it. And if you're not staying, I hope you'll come back and catch the replay and listen to this, because this book has a lot of great wisdom for anyone that's an entrepreneur, regardless of the industry that you're in. Having confidence is a result of personal development, a willingness to be coached, and having the courage to step out and do the scary things. Yes, you must be coachable. Now, I'm not saying that you must hire a coach. I am saying you must be coachable as an entrepreneur. You must coach yourself. If you don't have a coach, poking and prodding you, directing you in the right path. You have to critique yourself. You have to step back, track your mindset, track the thoughts that you're having, track the action steps that you're taking, and list the results. Good results, keep doing it. Bad results, figure out what it is that you need to change. So you'll stop getting the bad results and start getting the good results. So finally, I couldn't hold back any longer. Well, you're going to laugh at me, but I signed up with my client in a network marketing company, and I'm going to quit this job in 6 months. I made this statement with certainty because I knew that I was going to make it work. Come hell or high water. I was expecting her to poke fun at me. I was certain I was about to hear the same ridicule from her that I had dished out. But much to my surprise, her response was, "Well, I want to do it too then." What? I was shocked. This was a big lesson for me because my confidence and my certainty about where I was going, she felt safe enough to borrow my belief and jump into. We also call this posturing. Confidence is sexy and people are attracted to it. It allows people to feel safe in their uncertainty, knowing that they are less likely to fail if they hitch their wagons to someone confident. I will spend more time about this in a later chapter discussing belief. Belief is a huge factor in becoming a more confident person, having a more significant influence. Having confidence results from personal development, a willingness to be coached, and the courage to step out and do the scary things time after time after time, guys. You're not just going to step out and do one scary thing. You're going to step out and do many scary things in your journey. Here's the good news. If you're not bursting with confidence yet, you get to hitch your wagon to your confident and competent upline or enroller. Don't have a confident or competent upline or enroller? Get a coach. Get a coach, guys. Don't give up because your upline is incompetent or your enroller was just in it to get the numbers up and failed to onboard you properly. Don't give up because the other person stepped away. If you believe in your company and you believe in where you want to go, do whatever you have to do to keep you moving forward rather than sitting around and whining and crying about, I'm not making any money. It must be the company. No, it's not the company. It's you. Start believing in you and taking action. Because if you have a good upline or enroller, you get to borrow from their confidence. You get to try it on and you get to wear it as you're building your team. So maybe you may not be confident in who you are yet, but you can certainly be confident in who they are, and that in turn will rub off and make you more confident as a result. Does that make sense? And again, like I say, if you happen to be in a company that doesn't give you that, you need to step up and get out there and find help. Contact the next supervisor, contact the next upline leader, or hire a coach. Part of my confidence is because I have had a number of failures and also had some really crappy things happen in my life. My network marketing career, and yes, I am still here. I've been knocked down many times and I've stood up and tried again. I have asked big, bold questions and sometimes I get big, bold answers. Sometimes I don't, but neither one killed me. So ultimately, there is no reason to stand in fear or feel inferior to anyone or anything. Colin James says, if it is possible in the world, it is possible for me. It is just a matter of how. I'm going to spend an entire upcoming chapter on the subject, becoming a walking billboard, because it is so important. This is another powerful way to grow your influence and gain a lot of credibility. John Maxwell says that leadership is influence. That means that influence is leadership. All leadership starts by first leading yourself. Once you have successfully led yourself, your choices in your own life, you will organically become a person who influences others. Your life is your biggest and most powerful example. Live it in such a way that people can't help but want to be around you. That is influence. So I will end this chapter by inviting you to take your influence/leadership to the next level, and the next, and the next, and the next, and join me in the Radiant Leadership Academy. At the end of this book, I'll offer you a special discount to enroll. The 16-week investment will change everything, and if you allow it to. So if you're ready for your next level, just say yes. Once you've successfully been able to lead yourself, your choices, and your own life, then you will organically become a person who influences others. So that is it for that chapter 4 for today. And I will put the link down below this video for my website link to get to the information that Michelle is talking about, Radiant Leadership Academy. And I'll also give you the discount code so that you can get the discount for enrollment in that should you choose to, or just have a look at the website. Have a look and see if your life is in a place where you need some encouragement. You need some spiritual food. You need some positive experiences in your life, and check it out. There's a section in there where you can click to check it out. You can get a free look at the program that's available and the information about professional development, learning how to be a good leader, learning how to be a good entrepreneur that helps you in your life, whether you're an entrepreneur right now or just raising a family. So I hope to see you guys next Sunday. I will be back next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Hey, Lilette, good to see ya. And we'll be going into chapter 5, shaking hands and kissing babies. Woohoo! Sounds like I'm going to be a governor, right? Or a senator. That's what it sounds like. So I hope you'll be curious and want to come back and check out the next chapter with me here. And so happy to see those that are here live. And again, if you choose to join me on the Zoom in the featured section in this group, go up to the featured section. It has the Zoom link that you can click on to join me at 6 p.m. Eastern Time next Sunday. And we can hang out with each other. You can ask questions. You can be inspired by the writings of this author, because this content is gold. So until next time, if you guys are watching the replay, put hashtag replay down in the comments here in the group. Once this gets uploaded to YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and comment your experience that this content is having in your life. So until next time, this is Coach MJ here. Excited to have you here, and I'll see you next time. Mwah, mwah. Blessed evening to you all.